Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to once again have a look at the leaks for the next major update, and it looks like this time we have pretty much everything leaked. So this is not just the vehicles themselves, which there are some new ones in this. There's also some mechanics, some new weapons, and also even some tech tree positions for vehicles too, which is kind of crazy. So in this video, we're going to go over quite a lot of that stuff. By the way, if you want to get involved in our NFL Fantasy League, the draft is tonight, so make sure to sign up before then. There is a link in the description, and I'll put one in the pinned comment as well. So, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and also like the video. Let's get started. So first things first, let's talk about some vehicles that have already been leaked and where they're going to end up in the tech trees themselves. So first of all, we have the CF-188A. If you don't remember, this is the Canadian Hornets that's coming to the British tech tree. So this one is going to be a premium, which isn't surprising. As we've talked about before, there is like 3 Hornets coming to the British tech tree, so if one of them wasn't a premium, it would be incredibly surprising. So that one's going to be the premium. For the 2 Australian ones, we have the FA-18A, which is coming after the Phantom FG Mark 1, and then the AF-18A HUG 2.4. This one is going to be after the Sea Harrier FA2. So you'll get 2 standard tech tree Harriers, which will be the Australian ones, and the Canadian one will be premium. It would have been nicer if they made one of the Australian ones premium, so therefore, you know, the Canadian one could be available for people, but c'est la vie. For Thailand, in the Japanese tree, the F5TH is going to be coming after the F5T. No surprise there, really. And then also, when it comes to the Thai ground tech tree, they are putting it in the pretty much obvious place. So the M163, the Vulcan, is going to be after the Sub 1.2. It's basically a copy-paste to the M163. The M60A3 TTS is also currently a copy-paste of the Thai M60A3 TTS, which once again isn't too surprising. They did fix the Thai TTS recently by actually giving it the round that it should have. Before it was just weaker than the other ones because they forgot to give it a better round. But now, as I said, it's fixed. For the Stingray, that is coming after the M60A3 TTS, and the BM Oplot is coming after the Stingray. Not a surprise there, really, right? Like, at the end of the day, it is literally a sub-tech tree. People have been trying to wonder about the round of the Oplot, what it's going to get. According to the leak, it's going to get the BTA4 top round. This is a round which you can find on stuff like the T80UD, the T90, and the Type 85 2M, surprisingly, but I don't think it's actually in the game. So that is something to kind of look forward to. Because the T90 in the game, or at least the T90A, that one has a pretty good round for its BR, mainly because it has a bunch of other issues. It has the 3BM60, which is its main round, and then the T80UD, which of course is a lot lower in BR, even though it's quite a decent vehicle. It uses the 3BM42. So it looks like they're trying to make the Oplot a little bit different, which I think is good. That's what they should do. And giving it the BTA4 will kind of do that. If I remember stuff like the BTA4, though, or similar rounds to it, what that reminds me of is stuff like the AP shell that the Chinese get at weird BRs. But I don't think it is actually that one. I think that's a different one because it's the BTM1, which is the SAPC-BC, the semi-armor piercing cap ballistic shell that the ZLT gets and others, which is around the place. So maybe it'll be similar to that, but probably not. It'll be an APF SDS. So we also have the King 6 for the Chinese. This is going to be a premium, which sucks. It would be much better if it wasn't. There's also the F-16I, which is going to be after the F-16C Barak 2. This is pretty obvious for the Israelis, since it's just a upgrade of the F-16. And then you have the Mi-35P. So this got announced that it was coming to the Japanese tech tree. It's going to be the Indonesian Mi-35P, branched out after the H-1E in the Japanese tech tree. So it looks like Indonesian stuff is also going to come to Japan, which is pretty cool. And then also there's a squadron vehicle, which is for Russia, and it is the Mi-35P. So it looks like both nations are going to get access to it. There is also the good old VT4, which caused a lot of controversy about a week ago. That is going to be after the MBT 2000, which shouldn't be too surprising, since you obviously have the VT4A1 already after the MBT 2000. It's just kind of cool that they're not doing it as a premium vehicle. It doesn't make any sense as a premium vehicle, so just putting it in the tech tree is actually really cool. The Book M3 will get the 9M317MA, which shouldn't be surprising. The Sky Sabre as well is getting the CAMM, and also the CAMM ER, which is the extended range missile, and then also the SAMPT, which is the French and Italian AAs. These ones will get the Aster 30, which once again shouldn't be too surprising. Another factor, which is kind of cool, is the CV90 105 TML is going to be coming back. You may remember the TML. It used to be the premium that was in the Swedish tech tree, but the one that they'd actually put in the game was kind of fake. It didn't actually have a lot of the factors that they'd given it, so that's why they replaced it with the CV90 105 XC8, which is there right now. But according to the leak list, the CV90 105 TML is going to be returning, and it's going to be folded with the IKV91 105. So that's actually really cool that they're bringing it back. Not as a premium vehicle, but as a standard tech tree vehicle, which is super surprising. So for me, I think that's actually really cool that they're doing that. Oh, another thing to also mention, so the Stingray for America, that's going to come after the M3 Bradley. So after the M3 Bradley, before the M3A3 Bradley, so it's probably going to be like a 9093 vehicle or a 97, very similar to the VFM5, which once again shouldn't be too surprising at all. So overall, when it comes to like this list of vehicles and where they're going to be, I'm not surprised at what's going to, come. All of this kind of logically makes sense if they're all true. Another thing to also mention is, of course, we're getting close to teaser season. It would be very surprising if we don't see the teaser tomorrow and then everything gets set off. We'll have our good old dev season with the dev servers being Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll cover it all for you, and we'll have a bit of fun with it. We recently today also got a dev blog for good old Poland, which is fun. So we can kind of have a bit of fun and look at what's going on. And then also, it looks like there's going to be some good old buffs to many different munitions, especially from the air. So it looks like Gaijin is going to try and rebalance everything again. We'll have a look at those in a later video, since my voice is dying. I will see you soon. Look after yourselves. Peace be with you. Have a great day. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.